fine.
We came from Waco. And
Yeah.
Forward down there.
Yep.
What you got?
My question is this: how do you feel about wine? Now wait, you go to the doctor, and he tells you, take you a little, 2 or 3 ounces of wine at night, and it'll build your blood up, blah blah blah. I mean, not to drink it to get drunk or anything like that, but for a purpose. Is that a problem?
The first question, how do I feel about wine?
Yeah.
Most wines I've ever tasted are disgusting. That's how I feel about wine. The larger question about just drinking it for a purpose, not carousing, right? Not you're partying and just getting wild on a Friday night. I don't know of any reason why it would be wrong.
I mean, he changed water to wine.
Right.
You know,
And there's no indication that whenever Jesus turned water into wine that it was just grape juice.
Right.
It says wine. There actually is a word for juice, and the word they use is for wine. In Jesus' day, they drank wine constantly because the water was undrinkable. Right? If you've traveled somewhere that doesn't have purification systems and you drink the water, what happens? Right.
Sick.
So you would have water that would get you sick, but the wine would get you drunk. But you put the two together, and you can drink it. And so, because the alcohol in the wine kills the germs in the water, and so back in Jesus' day, most of the beverages they had, they'd stop in at Bush's to get some chicken, and instead of a sweet tea, they'd get them a thing of wine. But it wasn't anything you're getting drunk off of. It was mostly water. And the health benefits of just a little drink, is, that's documented. That's scientifically shown that, certain types of wine, I specify that.
Yeah.
I think it's the red wines that actually good for you.
Because others have, I've heard this, others have a certain amount of sugars in it where the health benefits for your heart are actually kind of counteracted by how much sugar you're putting into your body. So, yeah, you would have to be really careful with which kind of wine it is you're drinking. I also don't like wine.
Yeah, my understanding are the ones that are medically beneficial are the ones I would have no interest in drinking because they're nasty.
like a sweet wine is not good for you.
Probably not as good. I'm not a expert on the medical part of that, but I would assume not as good. If that's true, that the sugars kind of counteract the benefit. So.
Wasn't it in either First or Second Timothy, I can't remember, where Paul is writing to Timothy and encouraging him, and
Mix a little wine for your condition.
take a little wine for your health, for his stomach issues that he had.
Right. Yeah, we're not sure
Wasn't
exactly
saying
what it
go out
was.
and, get wasted and go carousing around. A little one for
Yeah.
your stomach issues.
Right, where Paul basically tells them, have a little bit because whatever, for medicinal purposes.
I
Right.
think where we go wrong as a Christian community, or as human beings, I'm not going to just blame it on Christians, I'm going to say human beings. Most human beings don't know what moderation is.
Right.
They
right.
cannot, they can't balance. They can't say, well, see, I need that much in a small glass of wine, to help build my blood, or to help, whatever, for medicinal.
So maybe I need to take a little more, because that'd be a double dose. Maybe if I take a little bit more, that'd make a triple dose, that'd be lots better.
Forgot yesterday, so I got to double up. That's what.
Right, yeah, there we go, yes.
That's where it leads, but if you're a person who can moderate and do just what the doctor told you to do, I don't see a problem with it.
Right.
Personally.
I think there's the issue too of, this country has a bad history with alcoholism. So the issue, it used to be taken for granted almost that, what everyone just said here, that alcohol in moderation is fine. To get, again, why? Yes, the why question. If it's because I want to get drunk, well, no. The Bible's clear about drunkenness.
Right.
So, I've had the same 2 6-packs in my refrigerator for like almost a year. So I'm clearly not drinking a lot. But occasionally I like the way a certain Hefeweizen might taste. Now, I don't go on Facebook and say, enjoying a Hefeweizen, because I'm aware that, maybe there are Christians in my life who struggled with alcoholism in the past, and I don't want them to think, Ken is doing it, so it's okay. And what a friend was telling me who kind of looked into the history of this is he said that during the days of the Wild West, alcoholism was rampant in this country and destroying families, creating a lot of bad characters, and that The churches who started preaching just total ban on alcohol honestly saved the country in some regards for what it was doing to destroying men. We see some parallels today with things that destroy men, and that it was good at that point for the country, but you still have to ask, what's the truth of the Bible? So if somebody asks, yeah, I'll tell them. I think the Bible, teaches moderation, but one, there's the issue of conscience. If somebody has a conscience that prohibits them from drinking alcohol, I do not try to change their mind ever.
Right.
Abstinence from alcohol will do you more good than anything else, than experimenting with it. So if somebody disagrees with me on this, I don't try to change their mind. Their life will probably not improve, and their walk with Christ will probably not improve.
Yeah, and that conscience thing is one thing that I think, I don't know, maybe we don't teach enough, and I think it's in Romans 16 and in 1 Corinthians, it gets brought up too. This idea that if you think something is wrong and you do it anyway, even if it wasn't wrong, you doing it is wrong.
Right.
Because you're knowingly choosing to do something you believe is against the will of God. So always follow your conscience. And so if your conscience is saying, well, I don't know, I think you shouldn't drink it all, well, then don't.
Yeah.
Don't. And if you're wrong about that, doesn't matter, don't.
Paul addressed that,
Yeah.
exactly where he was telling, Corinthians, where he was telling them, if this man over here thinks it's wrong to eat meat,
Yeah.
then for him it's wrong.
Yeah.
He who eats, he eats to the Lord, and he who doesn't eat to the Lord.
So,
That's,
yeah.
that would be the same situation.
right. Yeah. Oh, I could talk for a while about the history of alcohol and liquor and beer in this country and how all that kind of arose. There's some fun stuff in
This is
there.
Baptist, right? This church?
Yes.
Yeah, so you guys were the ones that saved us in the Wild West. I
There
think
you
it
go.
was the Baptists who were preaching that. So
You're welcome.
Yeah,
There we
thank
go.
you.
There we go. All right. What else?